Have you ever wondered how secure your smart devices really are? From your smartphone to your smart fridge, these devices make life more convenient, but they also open the door to cyber threats. As we connect more and more of our personal and professional lives to the internet, the risk grows. But don't worry. Today we're going to break down exactly how you can secure your devices and protect yourself from the dangers lurking online. Welcome to Bluehat Cybersec Academy. In today's video, we're diving into the world of endpoint and IoT security, why it matters, the risks involved, and most importantly, how you can protect your devices with some practical, easy-to-follow steps. Whether you're new to cybersecurity or already have some experience, we'll help you lock down your connected world from hackers and vulnerabilities. Let's get started. First off, let's talk about what endpoint security and IoT security actually mean. Endpoint security refers to protecting individual devices, things like laptops, smartphones, tablets, and printers, that connect to your network. These devices are targets for attackers because each one is a potential entry point into your system. Now, let's talk about Internet of Things, or IoT. These are devices that connect to the internet to communicate and interact with other devices or systems. Smart thermostats, fitness trackers, even connected cars. While they make our lives easier, they also create more opportunities for cybercriminals to exploit vulnerabilities. Both of these types of devices need to be protected, but they require different approaches. Let's explore what those approaches are. So, what makes these devices vulnerable? Here are some of the common vulnerabilities that increase the risk. Weak passwords. Many devices come with default passwords that are easy for attackers to guess or find online. Unpatched software. Devices that aren't regularly updated can be exploited by attackers. Unsecured communications. Some devices transmit data over unsecured channels, leaving it exposed, and limited monitoring. A lot of IoT devices don't come with built-in security tools, so it's harder to spot suspicious activity. The good news is, you can take simple steps to protect these devices. Let's jump into endpoint hardening, the process of securing these devices to make them tougher to breach. Let's start with endpoint hardening, the process of reducing vulnerabilities on your devices. Here are some practical tips. Use strong passwords and enable multi-factor authentication, or MFA. Weak passwords are an easy target for cybercriminals. A strong password should be long, at least 12 characters, and include a mix of uppercase letters, numbers, and symbols. To make it even harder for attackers, enable multi-factor authentication, which requires two forms of verification. Consider using a password manager to generate and store strong passwords. Enable encryption on your devices. Encryption ensures that your data is unreadable without the correct decryption key. Whether your data is stored on the device or being transmitted across the internet, encryption keeps it secure. For Windows, use BitLocker to encrypt your device. For macOS, use FileVault. On mobile devices, both iOS and Android automatically encrypt data when a passcode is set. Keep software updated. When you keep your software updated, you're patching vulnerabilities that could be exploited by attackers. This is one of the simplest and most effective ways to protect your device. Set up automatic updates so you never have to worry about missing an important security patch. Use antivirus and endpoint protection software. Antivirus software scans for malware, blocks threats, and provides real-time protection against new risks. Some advanced endpoint protection solutions also use real-time threat intelligence to stay one step ahead of cybercriminals. Limit user privileges. Not everyone needs full admin rights on your device. By limiting user privileges, you can reduce the chances of an attacker gaining full access to your system if they breach one account. Now let's focus on IoT device security. IoT devices often don't get the same level of attention when it comes to protection, but they're just as vulnerable as any endpoint device. Here's how to keep your IoT devices secure. First, change default passwords. Many IoT devices come with default passwords that are easy to guess. Change them to something complex and unique as soon as you set up the device. You can check the device's manual or the manufacturer's website for instructions on how to change the password. Next, update firmware regularly. IoT devices often require firmware updates to patch security vulnerabilities. Manufacturers release these updates periodically, so it's important to stay on top of them. Enable automatic updates if available, or set a reminder to check for updates regularly. Another important step is network segmentation. To prevent attackers from gaining access to your main network, segment your IoT devices. By placing them on a separate network or a guest network, you limit the damage in case one of your IoT devices is compromised. Use a guest network for all IoT devices to keep them isolated from critical systems. Also, enable device authentication. Many IoT devices support mutual authentication, where both the device and the network authenticate each other before communication begins. This ensures that only trusted devices can join the network. Look for IoT devices that support TLS or IPsec for secure communication. Finally, use firewalls and VPNs. Firewalls can block malicious traffic from reaching your IoT devices. Additionally, using a VPN to encrypt traffic from your devices adds an extra layer of security. Install a firewall on your router and consider using a VPN to encrypt all traffic from your IoT devices. Real-world example and key takeaways. Let's take a real-world scenario. Imagine you're managing a company with several IoT devices, smart cameras, connected thermostats, employee smartphones, and all of these are connected to your corporate network. If one of these devices gets hacked, it could give attackers access to sensitive company data. Here's how you would secure the network. For endpoint security, make sure all devices are secured with strong passwords, encryption, and antivirus software. For IoT security, change default passwords, enable regular updates, and segment IoT devices onto a separate network. Use a Security Information and Event Management, or SIEM, system to monitor both endpoints and IoT devices. Make sure you have an incident response plan in place to act quickly if a breach occurs. So, the key takeaway here is that securing your endpoints and IoT devices is an ongoing process. By using strong passwords, enabling encryption, keeping software updated, and segmenting your IoT devices, you can reduce the risk of a cyber attack. Remember, the security of your network depends on the weakest link. So, make sure you're being proactive and securing every device connected to your system. Now, it's your turn. What's the first step you'll take to secure your devices? Have you already implemented some of these techniques, or are there areas you'd like to explore further? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching Bluehat Cybersec Academy. If this video added value to your day, give it a like, share it with someone who could benefit, and don't forget to subscribe for more practical networking and cybersecurity content. We'd love to hear how you're applying these concepts in your own environment, so drop a comment. See you next time. Stay curious, stay secure, and keep building networks that actually work.